Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Streaming with Suchin. We're about halfway through the year, so I figured now is a great time to look back and list the best of 2020 so far. I know, right? Best of 2020 sounds weird. Implying that anything good at all anywhere has happened during the ongoing shit show crap circus, paper cut, final exam, stubbed your toe, dropped your phone, car crash, Black Mirror episode, dumpster fire that is this year. Saying best of 2020 is like saying who's your favorite serial killer? Oh, you love Ted Bundy? Yeah, personally I'm more of a Manson guy myself. Point is, it's a futile, ridiculous exercise which will leave you exhausted, defeated and confused. At this point, best of 2020 just sounds like you're ranking the best worst thing that's happened this year. But while the universe continues to burn and you sincerely wish you could kick the world in the nuts right now, for many of us, what's got us through it is watching stuff. So here's looking at my favorite streaming shows and movies from the year so far. We begin with Netflix, which has been instrumental to keeping a lot of us going in lockdown. Netflix continues to win the streaming wars with some of the best movies and shows out there, but it continues to fumble around in the dark when it comes to its Indian content. Again, the Indian originals this year have ranged from painful to sit through to fascinating concepts which just don't land. The Indian originals that I enjoyed most were crime drama Jamtara, which was bumpy but sincere with some great performances, as well as Suni Tarapolwara's inspiring film Ye Ballet. But on the international front, Netflix continues to be, well, Netflix, just ideal. While we've all been hooked to the likes of Tiger King, Too Hot to Handle and Money Heist, here are some of my favorites from the year. We begin with Season 2 of Narcos Mexico. The Narcos spin-off series is easily one of the most underrated gems on Netflix, especially after this explosive second season, which took things to a whole new level. Narcos Mexico is badass and addictive and absorbing, and it's all based on a true story. It's basically just a fantastic gangster drama on crack. Literally.
Warning, side effects of watching Narcos Mexico includes wanting to become a Mexican gangster.
Next up is Messiah, which I maintain is a fascinating show which just didn't get enough love. A mysterious figure emerges from Syria and is proclaimed the Messiah. His following spreads all the way around the world to the US, but we don't know who he is or anything about him. Is he a hoax or is he the savior? Despite a number of plot holes and the fact that the show asks more questions than it answers, Messiah is an ambitious and weirdly hypnotic show which explores the messy intersection between faith, religion and politics. And I thought it really achieved something. Next on my list is Mindy Kaling's coming-of-age comedy Never Have I Ever. I had a lot of problems with Never Have I Ever, largely down to its severe identity issues and its insensitive and clearly outsider perspective of Indianness. It's basically an introduction to Indian 101 packaged for white people. But if you can look past that, it's a sweet show that had me care deeply about its central character Devi. Despite its flaws, the show took me on a journey that really stayed with me, and I got entirely swept away by her story. Next on my list is Alice Wu's The Half of It, which is one of the most special things I've seen this year. It's a high school coming-of-age love triangle rom-com, which I know sounds so standard, but trust me when I say you've never seen it done quite like this. It's sensitive and delicate and wonderful and washes over you in the best way. For a film to be made about love in this day and age that still has something new to say is nothing short of a triumph. The Half of It is a sad, lonely and hopeful movie, and one that I'm deeply grateful for. On the stand-up comedy front, Netflix had some great comedy specials this year. Two of my favorites were Veer Das for India, as well as Mark Maron's End Times Fun, which were both drop-dead hilarious, as well as deeply insightful. Yeah, I see you there with all the angry typing. I know there's great stuff I've missed, like Ozark and Dead to Me and Afterlife. And while I appreciate all of your angry comments, that's the point of this, to have a conversation with you guys. So tell me what your favorite Netflix shows of the year have been so far in the comments below. And onto Amazon Prime Video, which continues to be like food at a wedding. Great Indian stuff, but continental stuff that's just fine. Amazon continues to be responsible for the best originals from India with an almost spotless record this year, apart from the painfully forgettable misfire that was Kabir Khan's The Forgotten Army. We begin with Season 2 of Pushpa Valley, which is easily one of my favorites from the year. Season 2 reunited us with our favorite master, manipulator and stalker extraordinaire, Pushpa Valley, along with that host of lovably messed up characters. The second season took things to new and unexpected places whilst managing to strike that delicate tone of being hilarious without ever shying away from the seriousness and creepiness of the subject matter. Pushpa Valley is the rare show that explores how love and relationships can bring out the very worst in a person, and it's the definitive Indian dark comedy to watch. Next up is Panchayat, starring Jitendra Kumar, Neena Gupta and Raghubir Yadav. Panchayat is a fish out of water story about a city boy forced to take up a job in a remote village. While for me it didn't quite pack the same punch as TVF greats like Kota Factory or Hostel Days, It's another solid TVF entry with wonderful performances and casting which really give the show a shining sense of authenticity. Panchayat is full of heart and well worth your time. Then there was also the hard-hitting Pata Lok, which I think is one of the strongest dramas to have come out of the Indian streaming space so far. Through a washed-out cop's investigation of a high-profile attempted murder case, the show tells us the story of us and the state of the country today. It's about oppression and abuse and all the things in our society designed to divide. It's not the easiest show to stomach, full of violence and uncomfortable scenes, but it screams of the kind of attention to detail we so rarely come across, along with some of the finest performances you'll see this year. Pata Lok is rich, layered storytelling that's designed to challenge and make you look inward. On the stand-up comedy front, Amazon seems to have become a machine which just churns out Indian comedy specials one after another. The only one that really stuck with me from this year was Naveen Richards' Relatively Relatable, which I thought was hilarious and absurd and confident in the best possible way. Two quick special mentions also from Amazon. There was the ambitious dark comedy of Source, filled with immortal beings, secret societies and mystical monks. While it didn't quite come together for me, I enjoyed just how unique and wacky it was. There was also season 2 of Amazon's resident guilty pleasure, For More Shots Please. For me, this was a much stronger season which addressed some of the shallow storytelling and surface level drama of season 1. I thought season 2 was the kind of enjoyable comfort watch which really helps you get you out of your own head. And last but not least, we come to Disney Plus Hotstar. Easily the biggest development in the Indian streaming space this year was the official launch of Disney Plus in India. I might be wrong, but I think this makes us one of the only countries to not only have access to everything Disney Plus, but also HBO's extensive library, which consists of pretty much all of the best shows ever made anywhere ever. But as we know, Disney Plus Hotstar really hasn't had the best luck with their Indian shows. They had 3 new original series this year: The Forgettable 100, The Unremarkable Special Ops, but then last week there was Aria, which I absolutely loved. Finally, Hotstar has a winner on their hands. Led by a phenomenal Sushmita Sen, who returns to the screen after 10 years, Aria is a crime drama about a woman who's forced to take up the mantle of her husband's drug empire to protect her family. From creators Ram Madhvani and Sandeep Modi, Aria never lets up. It's wall-to-wall gripping with sparkling performances from an entire cast. It's sophisticated and impressive and addictive, and I could not recommend it enough. So that's my list. But I think more than watching all these great shows, my favorite thing this year has been getting to talk about them with all of you guys, which has just been the best. But yep, that's all from me, my bad jokes, Ted and Tiger Shroff. We'll see you on the other side. Till then, happy streaming.